Hey, welcome back to Daily Justice. I'm your host, Dave Iverson. My guest today is Mark Iverson, adoption attorney here in Spokane, Washington. Has been practicing for 20 years, 25 years approximately.
That's right.
Today's topic is step-parent adoption. Can you walk us through that process and how your firm works with that?
Sure. A step-parent adoption is where you have a stepfather, and if the parties have been married for 1 year, all that's necessary in the state of Washington is what's called a post-placement report. It's a summary report that does a background check on the stepfather. And then we do a petition for adoption, and we either get what's called a consent to adoption from the biological father of the child, or we file what's called a petition for termination of parental rights and actually serve the birth father with a petition. If the birth father signs a consent, then all we need is the post-placement report, and then we can finalize the adoption. And the stepfather then becomes the child's father, just as though he were the biological father of the child, and his name is placed on the birth certificate. And it's also possible to change the child's name. Most families will change the name to the stepfather's name. So that's all there is to it for a step-parent adoption. Now, if it's necessary to serve the birth father, then what we do is we serve the birth father with a petition for termination. If he fails to respond to that petition, then we default him out and terminate his rights. If he contests it, then it will be necessary to go to trial.
How long is this process from start to finish usually?
Sure. With the consent, it's just a matter of obtaining the consent from the birth father and obtaining the post-placement report. So as soon as I have those two things, I can do the adoption. I would say that it usually takes about 2 months.
Is it a necessary procedure?
Well, for a lot of families it is. There's a lot of benefits to it. There are psychological and emotional benefits to the child because in most cases the stepfather is the real father to the child. And so when you're able to tell the child, I'm going to be your dad forever, that means the world to the child. So there are some psychological and emotional benefits, but there are also some legal benefits in that when you do a step-parent adoption, that stepfather becomes the father of the child just as though he were the biological father. There's no distinction in the law between biological parents and adoptive parents. And a new birth certificate is issued, and the stepfather's name is on that birth certificate, and the child's name can be changed.
Great information about step-parent adoption. For more information about you and your firm, what can people do?
Sure, you can certainly go to our website. It's adoptionwa.com. Or you can contact us at 509-462-3678.
Mark Iverson, thanks very much.
Thank you.